Hello fellow YouTubers, this is Utah Moses here for another movie review on Pan's Labyrinth. The story takes place in 1944 Spain, where there's a war going on between the Spanish soldiers and the guerrilla rebellions that are fighting against them. But it focuses more on the little girl named Ophelia, who's living around that area because of her stepfather, Captain Vidal. And she gets away from this harsh reality through her imagination that she gets from her fairy tale books she reads. And so when she starts seeing these strange creatures roaming around the area, she one night follows a fairy into the labyrinth, finding a half-goat, half-human creature named Fawn, or Fano, if it's in Spanish. But anyway, he tells her that she's actually a princess from the underworld, and her father and mother are king and queen of that world. And so, in order for her to go back there and regain her memory, she needs to pass 3 tasks around the area so that she would be able to go back to their world.
Oh, I'm sorry I drifted off. Are you on Thorazine?
Whenever I think about Guillermo del Toro, the first thing that would pop up in my head is Pan's Labyrinth. And this is one of those rare occasions where the film festivals wouldn't release this movie to limited theaters or countries. And the concept of a person who's living in a harsh place, like the war zone in this movie, to a much better place in the head where they can create whatever they want in the world and make it follow into a great story. And this is indeed a debatable movie, either if it's really happening in the story or it's all in Ophelia's head, because there are several times when the human being characters would notice something that's there where the girl had found any of these creatures or any items that they would obtain. And I especially like all the creature effects in this movie, like the Pale Man, the fairies, and even the fawn.
Hola.
¿Sois vos? ¿Sois vos? Habéis regresado. No os asustéis, os lo ruego. Mirad, mirad.
Mi nombre es Ofelia.
Now, that has to be the coolest fawn I've ever seen. Especially the one that can play songs about posteriors.
Give us a lively tune for butt searching.
Both Fawn and the Pale Man was played by Doug Jones, who you may know him as Abe Sapien from the Hellboy movies, also directed by Guillermo del Toro. And how they used practical and visual effects is quite astonishing, because I can't tell what was CGI or practical effects when I was first watching it. And Ivana Bacall, don't know if I'm saying her name right, but she plays Ophelia, and she gives a great performance by how she was playing it. Like, she was giving like a Alice in Wonderland like approach and flow. And the actor who played Captain Vidal, or Vidal, having trouble saying that name too, he was played by Sergi Lopez, and he plays sadistic very well. In fact, I would consider his character to be the most vile villain in cinema history.
Capitán, si mi padre lo dice, cazaba conejos.
¡Asesino! ¡Hijo de puta!
Guillermo del Toro does an incredible job, as always, when it comes to his chosen projects in directing and writing the story. And when it does come to directing, he tends to tell the story through the camera rather than through spoken dialogue. And I liked how he's able to work with two different groups of actors and crew that speaks in different languages. Now, I tend to be a sucker when it comes to golden metallic lighting in a movie, and Del Toro puts that in a lot of his movies, if not all of them. And the cinematography is what makes half of this movie. It's that great, and like I've brought up about the camera work of his before, it just works very well. Overall, I thought this was a beautiful film, graphic, but beautiful, though I wouldn't really recommend it for younger children, and I bet these guys would agree with me as well.
I love it, I love it! Of course he loves it. He's the kind of guy who plants poison ivy.
I would consider this to be my favorite movie of 2007. And I can't wait for Del Toro's version of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. And yeah, he is remaking that movie. Go look it up. I give this my 5 full stars. If you're not an avid foreign movie watcher, then you don't know what you're missing. Now for special features. This is the 2-disc set, so let's see what there is. We have video prologue with Guillermo del Toro and the director's commentary, marketing campaign. On the 2nd disc we have the Power of Myth featurette, which tells about the making of it, Pan and the Fairies, which tells about the visual effects department, the Color and the Shape featurette, I'm assuming it's art direction, the Charlie Rose Show featuring Del Toro, DVD comics and director's notebook, multi-angle storyboard, VFX plate compare, and galleries. So that's all for my review. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back later. Until then, this is Utah Moses, signing out.